Plaza here in LaGrange, Kentucky. It's LA at Lunch, starring Eric Lutz. And now, here he is. Please welcome Eric Lutz.
What's up? You're back. Thanks for coming to LA at Lunch. Excited for you to join us today. I heard about the library in town. It had a visitor come by the other day. This older guy. He walked up to the librarian and he said, "I'd like a cheeseburger and fries, please." That's what he told the librarian. Well, the librarian was super confused and said, "Don't you know this is a library?" And the guy said, "Oh yeah. Sorry. I'd like a cheeseburger and fries, please."
Hey, why don't you follow me to the desk? LA at Lunch.
Now it's time for hashtag LA Home Challenge.
So each week, we are going to have a LA Home Challenge where we are going to challenge you to do something around your house and send us a video of it. This week's LA Home Challenge is who can make the most creative grilled cheese and send it to us. Not the actual grilled cheese, a video. You know, like if you don't like bread as the top and bottom layer of your grilled cheese, maybe you get a couple glazed donuts and make a grilled cheese sandwich using that. I don't know, you be creative, send us the video. Our guest today is John. He wishes that movie was about him, Sully Sullenberger. Hold on, his name's John Sullivan. Come on out, John. Glad you're here. John, I completely mixed up your name with that great Tom Hanks movie.
That's right.
Did you hear he has the coronavirus?
I did hear about that.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. It is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hey, John, tell me a little bit about you. Are you in high school? Have you graduated? Where are you at in life?
So I graduated a few months ago. I did a little bit of I'm homeschooled, so I did about like a 4.5-year high school, planned to do a 5-year high school, and then finished up pretty quick. So I graduated a few months back. So
Was a lot of it online?
yes, mostly all of it was online. Yeah.
And I bet everybody that's watching it is now all homeschooled.
Exactly.
All doing all the work online, right? Yeah. You were just ahead of the curve on that. Yeah. Hey, John, we've been talking about our crash plan that everybody's been going through, and just how, we want to ask a question: how did Jesus crash into people? So tell me, what is your crash story? How did you maybe first meet Jesus, or how did you crash into him and start kind of taking your faith a little more seriously?
Yeah. So my story, I was raised a Christian my entire life. I never really got serious about my faith. I was always more of a kind of go to church on Sunday, and my week would be the same throughout the entirety of the week. I really didn't, nothing really changed after that day. So I was just kind of go to church on Sunday, and that was that. And then once I got to my freshman year of high school, I really started taking my faith more seriously, taking hold of it, and I was invited to a high school youth group by a friend, and I discovered that I just really loved student ministry, and I loved serving and helping, and that's where I really felt that God was calling me to ministry, that he was calling me into student ministry specifically, and so that's when I started really taking things more seriously and getting more devoted in my faith and stuff like that. So.
And when you say you felt called into ministry, that may not be something that some people watching this are kind of familiar with.
Right.
When you say called to ministry, what does that mean?
I felt that God was calling me and putting a responsibility on my heart, or more of a request on my heart, that he was wanting me to be a minister, be a pastor, and to be really just devoted to that life. And that's kind of how I felt God was leading me through that.
No, that's great. And I'm sure there's maybe students that are watching this right now feeling that same kind of pull or call on their life. So John, you talked about kind of serving, maybe not for the first time, but just with a new perspective. when you got invited? Everything all right with your shorts?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just check. Didn't know if it was if we need to Lysol that down or anything.
No, we're good.
Good. No, you talked about serving and kind of stepping into doing something for others, and it started kind of you on the journey of taking your faith a little more seriously, feeling called to ministry. What does it mean for us to serve others with our life? What do you think?
So for me, it was a lot of sacrificing time. A lot of people, it's sacrificing money, but for me, it was a lot of sacrificing time. So it was a lot of being devoted to being in people's lives and connecting with them and making time to be with them and really be devoted to not being uncomfortable with talking to them about Jesus, but knowing that it's worth it to bring that conversation up. That's what serving was for me when I was a little younger. It was mainly just sacrificing time and some of those awkward conversations. So
No, it's huge. I think sometimes we think about, well, do I have to go to another country and build a house for somebody? I think sometimes that's part of it, but I love what you're saying. Like, you served by giving up your time to reach out to someone else. Yeah. Okay, John. Again, we're in some weird times right now where we're all kind of quarantined and everything else. How could someone reach out to someone else right now? How could they serve someone by sacrificing some of their time and reaching out to someone else right now?
Well, a great way for sure is just we all have a great access to the internet, and you can use that in just so many different ways to reach out to people. A lot of us are already on our phones a lot, and so it's a great way to be able to send a text to your friend and ask them how they're doing, or if you wanted to even FaceTime, or if you have some sort of talking program on your phone or on your computer that you can meet up and talk with people online, that you can still maybe do a Bible study or something like that, that you can still stay connected with people, but still have your distance that you would like to have if you're about that or not. So
I think we all have to be about it now, right? Yeah. No, that's good encouragement. I think doing and using some of those different tools and stuff is a great way to reach out to someone. So, hey, give it up for John for being our guest this week. John, you knocked it out of the park. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for joining us for LA at Lunch. We say something around here all the time. You belong here. And we really mean that. We're so glad that you joined us. But we know that there's lots of other students and lots of other people around you that may not know about this church or about this place. And so we want you to invite them to be part of what we're doing here. We want you to tell others you belong here. And one of the best ways you can do that is to echo this out and to share this video, to share the other ways that we are trying to connect with everybody during this crazy time. You belong here. We'll see you next week. I'll introduce you. Yep.
Those are going on the bloopers.
I'm glad you're excited. I'm glad you're ready, though.